one of the most valuable assets for economic growth, investment, and sustainable development. The efficient administration of land resources is therefore critical to the progress of any society. In Taraba State, the responsibility of managing land records, land documentation, and related services rests with the Taraba Geographic Information Service, popularly known as TAGIS. Established in May 2025 by the Governor of Taraba State, His Excellency Dr. Agbukefas, TAGIS has witnessed a remarkable transformation under the leadership of its Director General, Dr. Mark Maaku Joshua. Upon assumption of office in May 2025, Dr. Mark Maaku Joshua was confronted with several challenges. Among the most pressing was the poor state of office accommodation and the general working environment. The conditions were far from ideal for efficient service delivery, staff productivity, and the professionalism expected of a modern land administration institution. Recognizing that institutional transformation begins with creating a conducive work environment, the Director General made office rehabilitation a top priority. Today, the story has changed. The office environment has been significantly improved, creating a more functional, professional, and productive atmosphere for both staff and clients.
I give God the glory for the privilege to be in this office, and secondly to my boss, His Excellency Dr. Agbukefas, who found me worthy to be on this seat for a period of over 365 days now. Being in this office wasn't an easy task. With what we know about land administration in Taraba State, there was a land administration in Taraba State. It doesn't mean that there was nothing like. We have what we call the then Bureau for Land and Survey, which take care of all that we are doing now. But with the coming on board of His Excellency Dr. Agbukefas, came an establishment called Taraba Geographic Information Service, with the core mandate to take charge of effective digital land administration. That means what we had previously here was more of an analog way of handling land documentations and submitting, and we know what is associated with that. And we took over as a Taraba Geographic Information Service. The first thing I looked at was the environments that we are working in. I'm sorry to say it, I look at the environment as one elevated secondary school in the village. And in order to, there's a popular saying that people that as you dress, so shall you be addressed. I took that responsibility to reposition the working environment, to make the environment conducive for each and every one of the staff. As if you can go out there, you see things for yourself. The little we have been able to do. And thank God, kudos to His Excellency who graciously approved what you have seen today.
One of the most significant achievements recorded during the period under review was the complete adoption and implementation of digital land administration process. Determined to modernize the system, the Director General championed a transition from outdated manual methods to a transparent, efficient, and accountable digital platform. The reform has transformed the way TAGIS operates. Processing times have improved, record management has become more accurate, transparency has increased, and public confidence in land administration services has grown significantly. Today, the digital system is fully operational and strictly enforced, ensuring greater speed, accountability, and reliability in service delivery.
When we took over, I discovered that we have more than 45,000 analog files scattered in the file registry, that even to access those files, if you go to the registry, you know that yes, some people don't, they are even afraid of going in there. They will tell you they are not sure what they will meet there. Now when we started by capacity building. If you are moving from analog to digital, definitely is not everybody that will understand the concept. I am not saying there were no challenges, because when there is changes, definitely you have people that will oppose the change. But we are able to navigate through that one. We established the office, changed the narrative of how land administration is supposed to be by moving automatically from analog way of doing things to digital. Before then, like I said, we brought in resource persons from Lagos and Abuja that trained over 30-something staff, 35 staff to be precise, in the office in land administration and digital mapping into geospatial analysis. Because one thing I understand in the state is that whenever you are calling about GIS as an office, the only thing people look at is only C of O. In this office, land administration we are talking about is not only C of O. When you talk about GIS, GIS is a platform for decision making. That means we should be able to give the government a platform that they will make informed decision. Now, that is where geospatial analysis come in. Now, we are able to handle that one and reposition the system completely from analog to digital. But we did not do away completely with the analog because it's a gradual process. From time to time, we try to manage the situation, but very soon we are 100% sure that we will be done with the process of anything analog in this office. But I'm assuring you that at the level we are now, 90% of our processes is what? Digital.
Technology alone cannot drive reform without skilled personnel to manage it. Understanding this reality, Dr. Mark Maaku Joshua prioritized staff capacity development. The transition from analog to digital operations required a workforce equipped with the knowledge and technical skills necessary to manage modern systems effectively. To achieve this objective, TAGIS engaged resource persons and technical experts to provide specialized training for staff. The impact of this capacity building initiative is visible across the organization. Staff performance has improved, service delivery has become more efficient, and the customer service until now operates with greater professionalism and responsiveness. The investment in human capital continues to strengthen the institution's ability to meet the needs of the public. Perhaps the most groundbreaking achievement during the period under review is the deployment of electronic signing for certificates of occupancy. This innovation represents a major milestone in the modernization of land administration in Taraba State. By eliminating unnecessary delays and introducing greater accountability, electronic signing has enhanced the credibility and efficiency of land documentation process. Within 1 year alone, over 867 certificates of occupancy were digitally signed. This achievement demonstrates not only the effectiveness of the new system, but also the administration's commitment to transparency, innovation, and service excellence.
Actually, the coming of Dr. Marco Joshua, we have achieved a lot. Only just in a year, in Taraba State, we were able to undergo process of our filing system digitally. It's a great achievement. Like before, we process file manually, and we have been having a lot of problems that are coming up. But with this digital system of processing, we have achieved great, and also the renovation of this office. In fact, when he came, he did his best to put this office in order. And that is why we're enjoying working in a good atmosphere. I think you can see it, and you know that there's a little improvement.
Sequel to our migration from land and survey to TAGIS, you know, there have been changes, which is remarkable in the history of Taraba State. At least in the aspect of certificates and other documents related to land issues. You know, I think we have gone a long way. That's a great achievement. That in those days, you know, issue of certificate. Before certificate, I remember when we even carried certificate to Abuja, over, I think about 100 or so. For over 4 months, we have to return them back to Jalingo again. You know, certificate can stay for 2, 3, 4 years. At the end of the day, people were discouraged. Nobody even want to get certificate. By the time you bring certificate issue, they'll ask you, how many are they ready now that the governor have signed? You discover there's none. But I think with the advent of TAGIS, you know, His Excellency Dr. Abu Kefas have signed over 500 to 700 certificates so far that I'm aware. And a lot of people are coming now. You know, banks are coming, individuals are coming, corporate organizations are coming, international bodies are coming with this result that we have gotten.
I saw what happened when we were named Bureau for Land and Survey. Before then, we were operating on analog. All the processes in land administration and planning were basically analog form. But with the coming of TAGIS, we have gone beyond that, and everything is done digitally. By the grace of God, there is improvement in the process. I can inform you with the whole of my heart that what happened in the past 1 year surpassed what we have done in 5 years previously. We have recorded a lot of progress, and that is because of the present system we are operating in.
The initiative has significantly improved turnaround times and strengthened confidence among landowners and investors.
It is our first time that we have started awarding staff for their best performance. So that is our first stage of achieving. We are having a good staff now in our office agency. That is, they award the best staff. We award best staff. It's because of the comment of Dr. Marco. And I think I nickname him the capacity leader. Yes, I call him the capacity leader. Actually, I also pray God to continue to keep him in this place.
TAGIS is doing well. And Dr. Marco Joshua is doing well. His Excellency Dr. Abu Kefas, in the aspect of land administration, I think this is a kudos to him. It's something we'll live to remember. And I believe we'll even do more. Because all land in Taraba State now is digitalized. You can be in the US and access land in Taraba. You can be in the US and access that same certificate and document or that RFO. You can access it on your phone. On your phone, you can access it. Is it a place you like? If this is the document you like, you can access it. It's available now. So I'm calling on Tarabians and Nigerians, wherever we are, if we really want to invest in Taraba State, we have the freedom. And I bet you within 21 days, you'll be able to access your certificate.
Yes, we will continue to advise people to approach TAGIS for land documentation, land planning, and whatever they want to do on land. If you want to buy land, please come to Tajis and make search, because there is no portion of land in Taraba State that is not captured in Tajis. So it is very, very important for those who are buying land. I want to make this strong call that they should approach Tajis in all costs to make their search so that they don't buy land that has issues. We are trying to avoid litigations in every form when it comes to land. So I advise the general public to approach Tajis for search, for documentation. Whatever you want to do on land, come to Tajis, we will advise you on what to do. I also call on people to come and register their property, their land. It will be easier, and in fact, we will help to protect your land. Because if you register your land with Tajis, nobody will grab your land just like that.
As part of efforts to address long-standing land administration challenges, Tajis initiated the regularization process for dairy farms across the state. The initiative is currently ongoing and awaiting Executive Council approval. The reform is designed to promote orderly land use, strengthen land ownership, documentation, encourage investment, and support economic growth. By addressing previously unresolved land issues, the initiative is expected to contribute significantly to agricultural and commercial development in Taraba State. One of the key indicators of institutional performance is revenue generation. Through improved efficiency, transparency, and digital administration, Tajis recorded a revenue increase of more than 60% within the period under review. This remarkable achievement has been acknowledged by the Board of Internal Revenue. The increase reflects the positive impact of reforms introduced under the leadership of Dr. Mark Ma'aku Joshua. Beyond strengthening the institution, the additional revenue contributes directly to the development efforts of Taraba State government.
The main thing that was tabled before us is my priority is to change the revenue base, to change the revenue narrative of Taraba State. I remember that I once said, if Tajis is properly funded, anything that has to do with salary, Tajis should be able to do that. Now, our mindset is on revenue. We work towards trying to establish, to identify source of revenue to the Taraba State. And I tell you for free, I don't have figure here available in my hands. The account section can tell you that. The narrative we have been able to change as far as revenue is concerned during the then Bureau for Land and Survey and the present Taraba Geography Information Service. But up till now, we have not met our target the way we want to operate because we still have challenges. What do I mean by these challenges? I don't have that right personally to engage into certain things without obtaining approval from relevant authority. For example, people are asking about layout. We are supposed to carry out layout in the state. We are supposed to carry out things like urban renewal that we can generate reasonable revenue from there. But all of you know that 90% of land in Taraba State are customary. That means they are inherited land for individuals. If you want to carry out any layout on this land, you must acquire the land from, and the law say you pay them what? Compensation. And I don't have the resources available in my hands to pay that compensation. That means I must apply. These are the little challenges I have. But His Excellency is doing his best day and night to reposition this office.
The achievement demonstrates how innovation and transparency can enhance public trust while improving internally generated revenue.
Our customers out there are confused. Some people will say land and survey did not exist. Yes, I agree with them that there is no land and survey, but I tell you it's just a change of name. The change of name is to what? To show that everything we are doing here is now digital. We have 5 important departments as far as this agency created by His Excellency is concerned. We have the admin and finance, we have the land administration, we have the physical planning, we have the ICT, we have the GIS. Now, the GIS is Geography Information System. There's a difference between Geography Information System and Geography Information Service. There's a GIS at the department, Geography Information System in Geography Information Service. So all relevant functions that are supposed to perform by all this one now are synergized. We work together as a team. You have people that we are working as land and Bureau for Land and Survey. They are now full-time staff of what? Taraba Geography Information Service as approved in the law. So the journey so far has been demanding, but the key area that I talked about here is what? The first thing was the challenge of the working environment of we have possibly achieved it. Training of our staff, we have achieved that. Repositioning our revenue base, we have done that. Converting our data from analog to digital, you go there, you see in our zonal office, in our unit office there at TADP complex, you see them still upgrading those data.
These testimonies reflect the growing public confidence in the reforms being implemented by TAGIS.
With TAGIS, we have seen changes. All that they have been saying in Abuja, AGs, and so on and so forth, it has come to Taraba. And we have seen TAGIS. TAGIS has tremendously helped businessmen in this town, in this state as a whole. Previously, to get a certificate was just unthinkable. It was unthinkable. For the past 20-something years, I don't think anybody had accessed any certificate in this state. But with the coming of our godsend, Dr. Agbu Kefas, we have seen changes. Now you apply, it's just a matter of 2-3 weeks, you have gotten your certificate.
Zuwan taji zai a Taraba mu ne za mu ce aka yi mama, mu da ba mu da karatu boko. Don tun da nake na fara harkan fili ya kai shekara 28, wadda ni ban taɓa mallakan certificate da aka sa masa hannu, gwamna ne sa hannu na mallaki filin ba, sai wannan lokacin gwamna Abu Kefas na mallaki fili mai certificate. Wadda zan iya faɗa baya lokacin da babu TAGIS ba wannan na'urar kwamfutan ana samun damuwoyi akan fili a jihar nan, amma yanzu an samu sauki na samun matsaloli akan yadda ake samu da.
Ni na amfana da harkan TAGIS nan. Don ina harkan property tun land and survey tana land and survey tun tana works. Muke harkan property tun RO4 ya zama muna bi mu samu certificate. Da certificate za mu iya bin sa fiye da shekara guda, wani shekara biyu ma, wani har shekara hudu ma ba samu aka gama certificate ba. To yanzu kuma mun samu canji, certificate ba zai dauki lokaci ba. Gaskiya mun samu ci gaba a harkan kawo TAGIS din nan. Saboda yanzu da dawowansu TAGIS nan a babu na samu na yi certificate kusan 100 ko fiye da haka ma.
TAGIS has supported the Governor Agbu Kefas' agenda of attracting investors to the state, and as a result of its connections, companies will soon be set up in the state. Another thing worthy to mention is the ongoing construction of a new office complex of TAGIS in Jalingo, which, if completed, the organ will have a befitting office accommodations for its activities. For Dr. Mark Maaku Joshua, the journey of reform is far from over. His vision to build a transparent, reliable, and fully digital land administration system that is accessible to every citizen of Taraba State. This vision continues to guide ongoing reforms and institutional improvements. The ultimate goal is to transform land administration into a catalyst for economic growth, investment, attraction, and sustainable development.
Our plan, if approved by His Excellency, we want to go into proper urban renewal, where places like ATC, Noke, Melsis, and others, by the time we secure approval, what we want to do is to conduct a proper layout in these areas, where a new area will be acquired. Those that this thing the urban renewal affect them may be relocated to those areas and given those land free of charge. I am saying if approved, not that they have been approved. That means I am telling you what we are planning in the next 100 days and the next 1 year, if we are still alive. That will open up places like Noke, open up places like ATC, open up places like Mercies and all those areas that you find it difficult to access. We have been complaining of flooding because some people are even building on waterways. If you block where water is supposed to fall, the popular said is water will always find his way. So you find his way to even your room. So if you have the backing of which I'm sure, I'm 100% sure that all it takes is for me to table what is right before my boss and His Excellency will graciously approve. And this is our target for now.
Between May 2025 and May 2026, the Taraba Geographic Information Service recorded a year of transformation, innovation, and measurable progress. From improving the work environment to digitizing land administration process, building staff capacity, deploying electronic certificate of occupancy signing, advancing land reforms, and increasing revenue generation, the achievements are both substantial and commendable. These accomplishments reflect purposeful leadership, reform-oriented governance, and a commitment to excellence. As Tajis continue its journey of modernization, the foundation has been laid for more transparent, efficient, and responsive land administration system that will serve the Taraba state for generations to come.